Hey everyone, Matt here, and today we are continuing on with HiveSwap FriendSim. When we last left off, we started off with Volume 7, and we did Rameli's route, and now we are doing Kanil Ma's route. Or path, or whatever you want to call it. Right now, your travels have brought you to what appears to be a normal road in an inconspicuous, wrong word entirely, in Ohia's part of town. Not particularly upscale, but not exactly a rat trap either, just pretty average. Of those spiky purple bushes line the side of the road. Behind one of them stands a large, fierce troll who is glancing furtively up and down the street. Okay, that's less average. Hey, are you her? Huh? I mean, are you her? Are you who I'm waiting here for? Well, the first instinct is definitely to tell her that yes, of course. MS is on the street. First instinct is definitely to tell her that yes, of course you are who she's been waiting for. Fine, she's been waiting for a new friend. Honestly, you aren't sure your shtick is going to work on this girl. Of course not. What was I thinking? Ugh. It's so infuriating. She's so late and I'm so bored. Do you think she's coming soon? You don't know who she means, but you suggest that she might be more comfortable waiting somewhere that isn't in a spiky purple shrub. Don't be stupid. My clients value discretion. I have to lay low. The shrub hardly manages to cover her. Standing behind it and shouting is definitely not making her less conspicuous. Neither is asking random passersby whether they are her client. Not that you can talk. Accosting people left and right and asking them to be your friend is kind of your old deal. Ugh. If you aren't Country Lady 453, then who is? Country Lady 453? That almost sounds like... Sorry, I'm late. I couldn't... What in tarnation? You'd know that genteel charm anywhere. Well, my stars, I definitely wasn't expecting to see you around here. What a masterful coincidence. I'm incredibly glad to see Skyla, and Lady too, all unkidnapped and everything. You give Skyla a hug, but she enthusiastically returns. She nearly picks you up off your feet. Lady shoves her nose against your neck and gives you a few sloppy licks. Who the heck are you? I have business at this bush. Maybe find your own. Sorry, but I'm the business your bush has been looking for. Wait, what? You're a country lady. Wait, what? The very same. The name's Skyla Corriga. Pleasure to meet ya. Didn't think you'd be a bronze. I've gotten that before, honestly. Also, by the by, this concerns them, too. She puts her hand on your shoulder. It does? It does? Sure enough. They were there when it happened. They even helped me fight off the varmints who tried to take my Lucis. Right, yeah, you said something about that in your message. But I don't get it. What do you want me to do? Right, well, the band's didn't get Lady, but the other kids haven't been so lucky. Lowbloods have been hit especially hard. I want you to find the band's base of operations, and I want you to take them out. Permanently and painfully. Harnell's mouth moves silently, like she is trying to reason through the steps of Skyla's conversation. Then she catches up and a slow grin spreads over her face. Yeah, I like painful and permanent. But wait, you want me to get revenge for someone else's Lucis? Why? Well, a few of us got together and decided to do something about it ourselves. Since there's no hope of the heiress or the drones doing anything to stop the bandits. And they all elected me as spoke troll, seeing as how I'm the oldest and least easily shook. Okay, sure. I guess the why is important. How much you got? How much are you willing to throw down? I doubt any lowbloods could afford my fees, let alone a bunch of country rusties. He starts to growl and Skylar puts a pacifying hand on her head. Everything's fine, lady. We expected this, didn't we? We were hoping you'd be willing to do it out of the goodness of your blood pusher. Kinda laughs so hard that she spits. Skylar winces. You got a pan disorder. Do you think I take any charity cases? I don't work for pretty smiles. Keep your compliments to yourself, missy. That wasn't... Ugh. I didn't even say that loud. Why don't you just go find the bandits yourself? You know full well I don't have the means. You do. It'd be a walk in the recreation field for you. If you weren't so nasty and selfish. And maybe you're scared. Ugh. I'll show you scared. Oh hell. They look like they're about to throw down. You gotta do something to defuse this situation. Ask Connell if she works on spec. What? I don't work on spec. I'm only licensed on Eternia. Just kidding. I don't have a license. Explain to Connell that working on spec means doing some work for free in hopes that you are going to be paid later. You say it's unlikely that the bands only go after Lucy. That would be totally ridiculous when there's so many other things in the world to steal. Like money. They probably just have heaps of money in their hideout. And if she breaks in, she can have it all. Skylar doesn't want it. She just wants to save the Lucy. You are so dang convincing that you almost convince yourself. I'm not so sure. Sounds like you might be trying to fuck me over. You let out a scandalized gasp to convey just what untoward accusation that is. You are shocked. Shocked. Ugh. Fine. Anything to get away from this stupid bush. She kicks the prickly purple shrub so hard it uproots and sails across the street to land it on the hood of someone's car. But you're coming with me. I'm gonna hold you to that. If there's no money, then I'll hold you tighter. Squeeze. Till your weirdly colored eyes pop out. Yikes. You believe it too. She could definitely do that. But here's your chance. You've got tons of success stories proving that forced exposure is really the best way to get people to like you. Sounds just peachy. When do we leave? Carnell kicks out another bush. She seems to have an anger management problem. Well, you guess she is managing it. She's taking it out on the shrubbery instead of you or Skyla. We aren't doing anything. You aren't coming. Lady starts growling again, and Skyla looks like she wants to join in. Excuse me? Carnell gets up in her face, moving way faster than someone her size. Seems like she should be able to. You aren't coming. You'll just get in my way. You're distracting. Skyla's mouth twitches in just the tiniest bit. That is not what I meant. Ah, you keep tricking me. I just meant that you'll probably stop to save some bark beast wrigglers. Guess I'll cold. Skyla crosses her arms and tosses her hair. Fine. I'm counting on you, too. Figure that the information gathering stage of the operation is next. You've seen heist movies. You know how the shit works. McConnell just shouts at someone on her palm husk for a while, then punches some coordinates into a car that you're pretty sure isn't hers. It takes you to the outskirts of the city, past long stretches of cracked concrete and urban sprawl. Not exactly the place you'd expect to find bandits who steal farm animals. You point this out to Kano. She tells you to shut up, so you do. You leave the car and walk the last few blocks. The bandits' operation is honestly not super impressive. It's a long industrial structure that looks more like a manufacturing plant than a den of thieves. Besides, it is something much more impressive. Poseida is something much more impressive. A sleek black spacecraft, not like yours. This is the Mercedes-Benz to your banged-up Chevy Malibu. Even before you crash land, that thing was a hunk of junk. Oh, holy shit. Is that an adult? What, the ship? No, dingus. Follow her frenzy gaze, and oh, right. The troll beside the ship is taller than anyone else you've seen here. Her skin is a darker gray, her claws incredibly long. If everyone you've met so far has been a kid, wow, they all deal with stuff that even adults on your planet don't. Routine death, dismemberment, and like 4 different relationship dynamics. If there really are no mature trolls here, then where are they? Wait, hold up. You're saying where you're from you live with adults? Yeah? You all live on the same planet? Sure do. Huh. Well, maybe you're tougher than you look. Adults are terrifying. Come on, let's get closer. You can kinda else... What? Sidle... Side... I feel like they're misspelling slide. Sidle... Sidle? Sidle. I'm just mispronouncing it. Up close enough to the trolls to overhear them haggling over stolen goods. So far, the conversation is too general to tell if they mean the Luci. Damn, they must have globes of steel. Talking back to an adult. I mean, I am great at rushing in without giving it any thought. If I'm not a total moron. The 2 trolls appear to come to an agreement. They shake hands and hang back to the warehouse together. So what do you think? What should we do? Huh? You? Canal is the expert here. Yeah, no shit. For punching. I'm also good at slashing. But Asdija always does the thinking. The planning. He's the one with the I-beams and the big think pan. Don't tell him I said that. Please. You assure her you couldn't tell Asdija anything at all. Because you don't know who he is. Oh, right. Asdija is a fear-rating bulge lord loser who sucks so bad. Also, he's my mate Sprit and we've been together for sweeps. He's supposed to be here. But he's not busy doing some dumb bullshit. So I need you to be the pans of the operation, okay? Please, do this for me. Oh dear. Let's follow the pirate into the warehouse. You decide to follow them into the warehouse. That way, at least you won't be trapped in a confined space if anyone comes back out to check on the ship. You get ready to do some James Bond-ass shit, ducking behind corners and saying, "Cover me." Maybe executing some sick rolls down the hallway. You can't really do any gymnastics even when you aren't healing from broken ribs. But fancy James Bond, you sure can. Canelle doesn't bother with any of that. She just stomps down the hallway toward the first door. Damn, she really hasn't been joking when she said she was more into the straightforward approach. You pick up speed to try to get to the door before she does, just to prevent her from charging in there and getting you both caught immediately. Good thing too. Through the window and in the broken door, you see what looks like some kind of break room. A couple of trolls are messing around on their palm husks, and a few more are sitting at a table and playing some kind of game that involves cards, dice, colorful and little colorful shells. Oh come on, there's not even that many. We can take them. Ugh. I forgot you weren't my partner. You're just dead weight. No real argument there. Philippa told you that most pros work together for a reason. It's much harder on your own. I wonder if Connell would have been so hot to take the job if it had been for Skyla's, vibes. Yeah, that's the word. Vibes. They were vibing. You have to do this. You have to rally. Connell is already losing faith in you. Or maybe she had no faith in you in the first place. Whatever. You choose a different door at random and go down it, assuring Connell that you definitely know what the fuck you're doing. What? Ugh, where are you going? You've been down this road before. With Damon in your meat quest through the sewers. This possibly slightly higher stakes, but the same basic principle applies. Fake it till you make it. Kano gets annoyed much faster than your other friend, if her sub-vocalizations are anything to go by. Damn, you really need to step up your game. Think back on the heist and infiltration movies you've seen. Maybe you can find a locker room or a troll laundry room and find one of those SWAT/hazmat suits. Yeah, that would be the best plan. Just put on a disguise and wander around like a sneaky fucking... Oh, goddammit. You're so busy focusing on your brilliant plan that you open the door without thinking and find yourself looking at the trolls playing the card game. Somehow, in your ram quest through the warehouse, you've managed to double back on yourself and come out on the other side of the break room. Classic. This is classic you. You're almost trying by yourself. Almost. There's a frozen moment where all the bandits just stare at you and Kano. Perhaps taking in this truly staggering idiot level you have achieved. Thank fuck! We should just have done this from the beginning! You've gotten into quite a few fights since arriving on this planet. Well, mostly you've stood around while other people fought. But the point is, Kano, she's brutal. She takes out the almost same number of bandits that you, Skyla, and Lady did in a quarter of the time. Multicolored blood flies. And God, you know these are bad guys. They've been stealing blue signs, all of them, which sucks. Right now, they're kinda just a bunch of kids getting massacred. You don't feel great about it? In fact, you might need to sit down for a little bit. Your back hits the wall and you slide down to the dirty floor. You are clammy all over. Heh, pathetic. Anna pulls her gauntlet out of the final troll's neck with a spray of yellow blood and a squelch that makes your stomach roll. She notices you on the ground. What are you? Ugh, are you serious? Come on. Try and tell her that she volunteered you for this mission herself. But you can't slow your breathing enough to get the words out. You aren't sure why now is the time you finally freak out. Maybe it's the close quarters. Or maybe you've been on Alternia long enough for this multicolored mess to finally start registering his blood. Maybe you've reached your horror saturation point. Whatever. If you learned anything from this experience, it's that the matter of why. It's that the why of things doesn't actually matter. Kana looms over you, raising gauntlet. She's going to kill you. At least, if you're dead, you can't puke on yourself. Instead of brutal stabbing, you feel a steady pressure on the back of your neck. Kana pushes your head down till it's between your knees. Take slower breaths. Take slower breaths, idiot. Follow her instructions. Too lightheaded to dwell on the absurdity of being coached through a panic attack by a girl who just murdered like 10 dudes. She's surprisingly good at this. Heh. That freaked out his first fight too. Wasn't even bloody. And the little Rickler passed out. Guess some bloodcasts really are better built for violence. She sits down beside you and pats you on the back. Kinda wish she'd taken the bloody gauntlet off first, but you appreciate the gesture. You are having a hard time reconciling this Kano with the one who had snarled at words messed up. Words. You are having a hard time reconciling this Kano with the one who had snarled at Skyla for being too nice. I'm multi-faced. Also, fuck her. Which reminds me. She pulls her phone out of her pocket, smearing a little olive blood across the screen. Gorga, I got your bandits. She talks a lot louder on the phone than she does in real life. Yeah, no shit. Of course I work fast. Especially when I don't have anyone to slow me down with a bunch of tactics and plans. Save it for your Christmas. She hangs up and glares at the phone. You tell her she really seems to hate Skyla. Kano's face goes a fierce shade of green. Don't be stupid. I barely know her. Don't pressure the issue. Also, don't point out the kind of obvious point that these probably aren't the only trolls in the facility. The one who had been haggling with the adult isn't here, for instance. But if Connell about them means less murder, you're all about it. There is no way the bandits are continuing their work after this. Canilla also seems to have forgotten about the fact that she came in here looking to be paid, and nope, she's slinging the bodies. Great. It's a lot messier and takes way longer in real life than it does in video games. And yet she ends up with 5 palm hubs, a laptop, some jewelry, and some little squares of plastic that you think might be sci-fi credit cards. Whatever. There's barely anything here. And that fight made it pretty worth it. Well, you're glad it was good for somebody, at least. You're just trying to not think about it and maybe get outside as fast as possible. Whatever Connell wants to do with your outstanding debt at that point, well, you can square out there. Yeah, don't worry about that. I'm not actually going to squeeze you. It would just be too easy. Just like squishing a March bug. Fuck yes. Saved by being pitiful. Doubt you have any money anyway. I mean, you are wearing an ablution rope. True. And it helps you to your feet. You kind of want to ask if you're friends now, even though the only bonding activity you've done together is combined murdering and comforting. And her doing both of these things and sitting there like a dumbass. With her doing both of these things and you standing there like a dumbass. Words. But really, you've made friends with worse people, for worse reasons. Oh. Here. Why don't you take one of these? He hands you one of the palm husks. Thankfully, it only has a little bit of blood on it. Actually, I think it might be mustard. Like, the actual condiment. But she's giving you a phone? Why? You don't have one, right? I mean, you don't even have any pants. This way we can keep in touch. And you can tell me if you have any more jobs with an excellent violence level. Like this one. Here, let's exchange info. Palm husks are really useful. You can use them to call people and everything. You're not sure if she's making a joke. Possibly she just thinks you're an idiot. That's okay, you can deal with that. Because not only did you make a friend today, you got a gift today. Holy shit, you killed it. Victory. Alright. Tell them you know people. Mention that you are important. Real mover and shaker in the Alternian economy. You have a bunch of amazing local friends. Some of them are rich, or have giant internet followings, or are just very, very enthusiastic about meat. Point is, you know people. Well, that's really generous of you, offering to leverage your relationships for my sake. I knew I didn't make a mistake trusting you. That's a different story, I guess. Why don't you call up one of your fancy friends? Oh, fuck. You don't have a phone. Let's search the spaceship. Here's your chance to prove you are totally capable of making non-disastrous choices. The reason it would probably be best to check out that space cruiser while it's empty. Since who knows how many people will be waiting for you in the warehouse. Yeah, it works for me. I suspect the Kano would have agreed to anything you suggested, just as long as she didn't have to make the decision herself. What a mood, as the kids say these days. Big worm. There are also so many tough decisions in your life recently. You're worried that spaceship will be locked and your great plan is going to be over before it begins. But the door glides open easily and silently. Anna leads the way, and you let her. You don't know what wild security measures a troll ship has, but you do know you don't want to find out. The inside is normal enough. There's a pilot and co-pilot seat, central panel covered in more of the squiggly Alternian language, and a bank of sleeping screens. Other than that, it is remarkably bare of any homey touches. Not like your ship, which, in your humble opinion, was very nicely decorated. You've got some pretty dope posters on your wall. More to the point, there's absolutely nothing of value here. I know can tell also. Ugh! Don't point to being here. This is just a cruiser. All the good stuff is definitely going to be inside the warehouse. I'll be fair, you have no idea what what you're doing, and you are sick of pretending that you do. You just wish you could just take a breather, honestly. Strange compulsive desire for more friendship is still there, but you are pretty exhausted. That's just fuck. What? That's kind of weird, Connell. You aren't even at the friendship stage yet. Oh, calm down, you gigantic tool. I mean, oh fuck. That's an adult troll and we are definitely going to die. That's why I said the fuck word. Oh. Fuck. That's a big troll. Connell is pretty big. She's the biggest troll you've met so far. Someone fed you truth serum and put a gun to your head. You might even describe her as thick. Ugh. This troll is fucking terrifying, and she looks pissed. Maybe that's just how her face always looks. There are teeth. Lots of teeth. Who told you two could be in here? I didn't order any ugly wrigglers. Who are you calling ugly? Connell immediately slaps a clawed gauntlet over her mouth, apparently remembering who she is shouting at. The adult troll growls. You don't mean she sounds angry. It's not a husky, sexy metaphor. She really fucking growls. A deep, guttural animal noise. Staring into a pair of merciless cobalt eyes, you experience a pulse of crystalline fear, blank and cold. You're pretty much constantly braced for death. That doesn't mean you're looking forward to it. Instead of sprinting forward and rending you into pieces, the adult just stares at you. Damn, adult monster troll. Take a picture. It'll last longer. Last thing you remember is those blazing eyes. Then even that fades as you slip away. When you thrash back into consciousness, Hannah is right on top of you, pinning you to the warm, thrumming metal of the spaceship wall. She doesn't look angry or scared or anything. Her snarling, expressive face is hardly blank. You say her name a couple times, but she doesn't twitch. She just squeezes down harder, grinding the bones of your wrists together. Someone is swearing. Oh fuck. You strain to see around Connell's head. The adult troll is seated at the pilot seat, and the console is lit up. You realize what the thrumming in the walls mean. The ship is moving. You see the sickly green ray of the Alternian night sky, and your stomach does a disorienting leap of mingled elation and dread. You can't believe you are actually going to space and finally heading somewhere besides this fucking hellhole of a planet. Of course, that's how you feel when you were first leaving Earth, and you have no idea where this troll is bringing you, and your new prospective friend is just sitting here like she's hypnotized. She only reacts when you struggle, and then only to slam you back against the wall. You just randomly fell asleep, didn't you? How the heck did that happen? The adult starts talking again, but she isn't talking to you. No, I'm on my way. No more delays, I promise. The loose eye shipment is on schedule. No, don't worry. Everything is... Sirens scream and screens flash. The ship bucks wildly like a sailboat hit a wave. Like a sailboat hit by a wave. The adult troll's fingers fly over the consoles. No, what the hell? I don't know. It's like I've lost all control of the damn thing. Fuck. Connell's grip on you loosens. She pulls away and shakes her head back and forth, shaggy hair flopping into her eyes. What the hell? Where are we? She sounds small and lost. The adult troll doesn't turn around. She's too busy yelling a mayday into her comm and trying to wrest back control of her ship. The whole thing shatters again, and yours and Connell's heads bunk together. Ow! The ship bucks again. It feels less like engine failure and more like a gigantic baby shaking it like a rattle. You're scared, sure, but you're also awash in a sudden and unexpected flare of understanding and competency. Because this is the first time this has happened to you. This is exactly how you crash-landed on Alternia in the first place. You were just passing by, minding your own damn space business, when your ship decided it wanted nothing better to do to just snap its reins, toss its wild head, and head straight for the unfamiliar planet below you. You push yourself to your feet, trying to tame your nausea as the ship rolls. You grab Connell's hand and pull her across the compartment to a glowing green sigil on the wall. You don't know much, but you do know absconding when everything starts falling to shit. Hey, where are you? Let go of me! Absolutely not. If you do that, you you will not be able to be friends with her, because she'll be dead. With the strength born of desperation, you pull her into the escape pod with you. Ugh, we won't fit! You will, you do, but it's uncomfortable as hell. Craning your neck at a very uncomfortable angle, you manage to reach around Kano and press the big red button on the wall. It lands sounds, and you hear the adult say, "What the?" before the door slams shut and the escape pod rockets out into space. Shard back down toward Alternia, Kano's weight crushing your delicate ribcage. Poor ribcage. You're surprised it hasn't sued you for damages yet. Well, that sure was a shit show. Hardships bring people together, don't they? That's a definite thing. Fortunately, you judge from Kano's swearing and your death threats that this is not one of those times. Game over. Anyways, that... yeah. It shakes when the mouse goes over it. That's actually the first time I found that out. Meh. Anyways, that will be all for this time on HiveSwap FriendSim. If you liked the video, like it. If you want to see more of my content, subscribe. And yeah, have a good day and do what you do best.